Hi, Gaenor.
Hi, Eric.
Gaenor, first of all, thank you for taking the time out today to do this, I guess, account of your journey so far on the Coach Me Slim and Trim program. So before we get into that, maybe just share with us, for people listening, a little bit about your background, if you could, please.
Sure, I'm Gaenor. I'm 55. I started life as a teacher. I have mum of two girls, and over time I've run my own business for the last 20 years.
Fantastic. And, so what would you say, or when did your weight for you become an issue, really? When was that?
I think I probably all the time, really. I was always that person, went up a gym size, went on diet, went back down again. So a little bit of a yo-yo dieter. Certainly, once I'd had children, it was more of a challenge. And really, when I was running the business, being so busy, and I think that I put on quite a bit of weight over that time. And then before I knew it, I put on a lot of weight.
Sure. And I guess, like a lot of women, certainly that I have worked with, and probably they've tried different things to lose weight. What were, making an assumption here, what were some of your previous weight loss attempts?
I think almost everything. So I lost weight with Atkins, put it straight back on. I used to go as a group to Slimming World with a group of friends. Used to undo it because if one of us had lost weight, we'd celebrate, and if one of us had put on weight, we'd commiserate and go and have a meal down the pub. Weight Watchers, the soup diet, everything. I always. I think looking for that sort of quick fix. I never really lost a huge amount, so I think sort of 10 pounds, maybe a stone, and then each time I would put it back on again, plus a little bit more, really.
Yeah, sure. So what was it then that made it different this time when you started?
I think I just realised that it was more than a diet. I needed to be looking at something that would help me sort of holistically. I would say, I don't do my own dentistry. I go to a professional. I'm a professional. People come to me, and I sort of looked for something that would help me to lose weight with professional help, and found Coach Me Slim and Trim.
And was there, because often people talk about a light bulb moment. For some people it's a photograph, for some people it might be climbing a flight of stairs, for some people it might be they've been to the doctor said, look, you're borderline type 2 diabetes, you've got to address this. What was there a light bulb moment for you?
There was a bit of a weird one. It was a packet of Percy Pigs. So it was really good sweets that I really like. I was looking after both my parents. They were both in hospital at the time, and I'd come back out, it was about 9 o'clock at night, into the car park in the dark, and I'd eaten half the packet on the way to the hospital, folded the packet over, saved the rest for on the way home, and my mantra at that time would very much be, I need sugar to get me through. And I opened this packet, and it was that light bulb moment of, what am I doing to myself? Do you know? I'd been up and down the stairs that many times in the hospital, and I was absolutely worn out. And I was like, what am I doing? Look after yourself. And because I'd read about Coach Me Slim and Trim, I'd seen bits and pieces, thought that was interesting. But it was literally like, on the drive home, was like, you're going to do something about this. Contact that guy. So yeah, I did.
Fantastic. And for people listening, I'm sure they're keen to know. We've got a few more questions, but how much weight have you actually lost so far on the Coach Me Slim and Trim program?
5 stone, I think it's 5 stone 4, 5 stone 5 pounds now. I'm 5'1", so that puts that into perspective. Yeah, so a lot of weight.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And I've kept it off.
Kept it off. So you've lost 5 stone 5 pounds. What was the target that you set yourself when you started out? Well,
I set myself 9.5 stone, which was my weight when I got married 30 years ago. And my wedding day photos, I was 9.5 stone. So that's what I set. And at the time I set it, I'd have to say it just felt like a ridiculous idea, notion that at 55 I could go back 30 years and here I am.
Yeah, so you turn the clock back 30 years, which is, for some people it sounds like it's a dream or a joke, or it's just been ridiculous, but I guess you've just proven that whilst we can't turn the years back chronologically, we can recapture some of our health and well-being and the way we looked from some time ago, which you've obviously demonstrated that fantastically well. And, another question that I'm sure people will want to know is, on any journey from A to B, it's never going to be straightforward. There are going to be ups, there are going to be downs, there are going to be challenges, there are going to be life events, there are going to be family challenges, in your case, business challenges as well.
Yeah.
What was it that kept you motivated when you did have those little drop-offs with your weight, where you came in or when you registered your weight and it wasn't quite where you wanted to be? How did you keep on track? What kept you motivated?
I think the best thing on those days was with the Coach Me Slim program was that abilities it gave me to pause, not beat myself up, not go in, because in the past I would have just sabotaged myself. I'd have just gone, you've done it now, you put on 3-4 pounds, you've undone it, go and make it worse. And I think the thing that really helped was that stop, look at the journey, look how far you've come, this is just a blip, get back on back on track. And I think also when you look back and you see, when you lose the first stone, wow, but you also start to go, I know how to do this, I can do this.
Yeah.
So when I remember there was one holiday and I'd put on 7 pounds when I got back, and it was like, right, get back in the saddle. Yeah, don't overthink it, don't worry about it. You know what you need to do, just get back on and go and do it, and expect it. We're all human, it happens.
Yes.
But that sort of sabotage that I would have done in the past, just simply by looking at, come on, you can do this. And I think also it was the goal setting, because I'm good at setting goals within the business and making those work. And then when you set one for yourself, understanding what was going on in my head at those moments and being able to control that and to just, moving on, let's get back on track was really, really helpful.
Fantastic. And as I say, it's a journey, A to B, and it continues. You haven't stopped now. We're now in your maintenance phase, but going from where you were to where you are now, was there one specific area that was your biggest challenge or something you really struggled with? What would that
be? It's
be?
always comfort eating.
Right, okay.
So I've had to, that was quite a light bulb moment for me. It was like, right, so now, what happens now? Because in the past, when you'd had I had 92 staff, it was busy, full on, crazy days. And I would be literally on Tuesday, I'd be planning the bottle of wine and the bar of Cadbury's fruit and nut chocolate on Friday night. And that was like, the Wednesday's hump day, nearly at that, Friday night place.
Yeah.
So I had to really look at, what can I now do that isn't eating to, say comfort eat, but it's all about how you self-regulate, how you manage life, and I was managing life by, overeating and eating the wrong things. So I think that was really important, to manage another way of still looking after myself, but not using food as that tool, really.
And it's an interesting point you raise there about food, because often when people start on a Coach Me Slim and Trim program, they're a little bit surprised that we don't dive straight into diet from week one. Clearly we give you dietary guidelines in week one from the start of the program. We obviously do that, but we don't really address it properly until week 3 on the program. Did that, because I know for a lot of women it is about the diet, they want to do the diet. Did that come as a bit of a surprise to you that we didn't jump straight into that and we left it a number of weeks before, 3 weeks before we actually really focused on it? Did that surprise you?
It did surprise me, and I think some of that was quite frustrating. But then when I look back, I can see that it's really not got so much to do about the diet as where you are mentally and the coaching that you need to get you into that place. Because it's like, you do know there's no surprises about what is the right food and what is not the right food. And like I said earlier, I had this mantra of, I need sugar to get me through, and to be honest, I was so surprised how easy that was to move on from that. But I'm sure it was those 3 weeks of headspace stuff
Yeah, sure.
And then when I did it, it's like, oh, this isn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. But I was frustrated at the beginning. You're absolutely right. It's like when you go to a swimming company, like, just give us the diet and then I'm going to get onto it. I want to do it. Yeah. And that was really helpful. Yeah, definitely.
And credit to you for sticking with it and not wanting to jump the gun, despite the frustrations, and sticking with the program. And obviously you've achieved the results you've achieved. So you're 5 stone, 5 pounds lighter than what you were. Has an obvious impact in terms of your physicality. I think you're walking further and faster with the dogs now, or with your dog.
Dog's happy.
He's getting a better workout. But how has it impacted you on a personal level in terms of your own personal self-confidence, self-esteem? You know, what's going on there now?
Well, it's just complete turnaround, really, I guess. I mean, I was always very confident on the outside. I was always a person that could put on the front and turn up and deliver and whatever I needed to do. But behind the scenes, I did lack confidence. I lacked self-belief. And I think that this is, I'm unrecognisable. You know, it's down to, I go shopping, I go into a changing room, try on clothes. I enjoy trying on clothes. There's a social event, I'm now thinking, oh, what shall I wear? Whereas my wardrobe is, I've so much gone to charity shops, but just that mismatch of what I was in there. I was really aware when I sorted out my clothes, how many things I sort of clung on, that'll make me look better, that will, I don't know. And sort of, really feeling inadequate, I guess, socially, and now I don't know that Gaenor. You know, that's how I am. I'm just like this is who I am. I wear my children's clothes now. I wear jeans. You know, I enjoy wearing jeans. I've got variety of what I wear, clothes, and worrying about how I feel about myself isn't really there. Whereas in the past, I'd be like, you know, really needing to psych myself up for confidence, whereas now it's just natural, really, I suppose. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. And final couple of questions then. Just how convenient have you found the training you've done so far? I love the online. Absolutely love it. I'm on time every time. It fits in really well. The program's been really, really good. Highly motivational. And I think the thing is now that I know I'm staying at that weight, because I didn't really believe that originally. Sure.
And I think the fact that I'm in control, I understand now that I control what I'm eating, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So the combination of the coaching and the exercise, it's just been brilliant.
Fantastic. And I guess just sort of drawing this to a close now, if we can be really specific on, so somebody sat there listening to this now thinking, okay, it's all fantastic, it's all wonderful. I hear what Gaenor's saying. She's had a wonderful journey. She's done really incredibly well. But I should be able to do this myself. You know, I am, you know, I know I should be eating better. I know I should be exercising. Do I really want to pick up the phone and speak to this guy that I don't know from Adam? Because as adults, we like to feel as though there's certain things we can do. We shouldn't have to seek help for certain things. What, if you could just really be specific on one piece of advice or a tip related to somebody who's thinking about picking up the phone, what might you say to that person who's in that situation now as a tip or a piece of advice?
Pick up the phone. Simple as that. I think it's about, ask yourself, why aren't you prioritizing yourself?
Yeah.
You know, and you don't whether we can't fit it in, we can't do it. You know, don't be surprised. It's a big thing. I mean, you do the job that you professionally do, and you do what you're good at. You get the dentist to help you with what you need, you know, and you seek out another professional for other services.
Yeah.
And just put yourself first, because I think that's, and by putting yourself first, that just means just pick up the phone, have the conversation, and give it a go. You know, I mean, God, it took me 30 years of yo-yo dieting, and then it's like now I'm here. It's like, whoa, wish I'd done it sooner. Yeah.
Gaenor, look, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you today. We're going to make a date in the diary. So in 12 months' time, we're going to come back. We're going to revisit to see exactly where you are. But look, thank you for taking the time out. I just hope today has provided maybe some insights, a bit of knowledge, and hopefully a bit of inspiration to people, whether they ring me or not. Hopefully listening to you and what you've done will just inspire them to maybe take that first step on their journey. But really thank you for the time today, and we'll catch up again soon, but thank you again.
Lovely, thank you, no worries. Thanks. Good luck, everyone.
The photo shoot today was, in one word, awesome. I think it's just been a fantastic way to just really recognise the journey that I've been on. I'm going to get emotional. It's been huge. Sorry. The whole journey for me has been massive, and when I started this, I can remember saying to you, you'd never get me doing the photo shoot, and I had a real fear of it. And now I'm realising that this is all really the mega part of the journey, because I'm now just the person I wanted to be. You know, I can feel my fitness, I can feel my health, I just feel so much happier as I am, and I never really thought that this was a real day that would come, and I was quite anxious about this day. And what I'm really recognising at the moment, and especially with the photo shoot, is that to mark this moment in time, because I now have my life ahead of me with this body on that journey with me, and I really want to make the most of it. And I think if I hadn't celebrated it, and this has turned into a celebration, and fear has turned into a celebration, and anybody that knows me knows that I wouldn't have done it without the discipline of Coach Me Slim and Trim. Has just been perfect.